Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juce, and tonight we are here for episode 3 of the Orcs Arrow Peninsula. This episode is called The Trials from the Forgotten Face. Now, before we get into that though, and before I go around to all of our players, I want to quickly say thank you to our our affiliate sponsor, Into the AM, who provided me with this wonderful shirt. They also have a lot of other really cool graphic tees over on their website. The link is in the description. You can get an additional 10% off of any deals, which Black Friday is coming up, and some of their stuff's going to be 80% off. So if you buy it, you get 80% off, plus you can get an additional 10% off using coupon code MTG10 at checkout. So be sure to go over and do that. They have some really cool shirts. They sent me 3 different ones. They're all really colorful. They've got some stuff that really fits if you like older school games. They've got some cool graphic tees that kind of fit that theme. They've got some other really interesting graphics over there. So go check those out. Graphic tees, hoodies, all sorts of cool stuff. But with that, let's go around, let everyone introduce their characters, and we will then get into the recap. We will start with you, Peter.
Oh, I'll be playing Black Trunk, the Treant.
Yeah. Black Trunk is our only returning character for this season. First season, he was a very interesting character, to say the least. You can go back and watch that in the playlist for, that was called the Black Rock Adventures campaign? No, what was that called? What did we call it? We called it something else.
Swamps of Thakos, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Swamplands of Thakos. Thank you so much. Swamplands of Thakos. That campaign started, it was really centered around one character. They kind of got the ball rolling, and then they couldn't play the campaign. So
that's right.
It totally threw it off the rails in a whole different direction right off the start. But Black Trunk was a big part of that, and we loved his smut book loving trunk, if there ever was one. With that, we'll go over to Harold.
Hello, I am playing Dragobod, the Vengeance Paladin / Fiend Warlock, who wants to kill some dragons. So I'm looking forward to that.
Maybe he'll see some. Dragobod has been fun, and look forward to seeing how all of his packs and things like that develop. Next up is Nate.
Yeah, I'm playing a changeling sorcerer named Sapphire. So look forward to seeing a lot of fireballs. Is that?
Don't do it too close to Black Trunk. He doesn't like fire. Terrified.
No, never. Not in a million years.
And if Nate's upset, it's only because my Lions beat his Chargers today in a very close game. But hopefully he can get some of that anger out at some point in this game. Next up is Josh.
Hello, I am playing Betty Sweever, the bettiest of Sweevers, and I am a human fighter.
And last session, we learned from Betty Sweever that the beaver was the Canadian national animal, which may or may not be true. I did not fact check it, but you can fact check it for us and let us know in the comments below. I'm sure it's true, though. It is Canada.
It is. Fact check true.
Awesome. All right. So, does anybody remember what happened last time? It's been a minute since we played. We were unable to get together for a little bit, but we are all back. Which of you remembers what happened last time?
We went into the woods. There were lots of traps. Then we met some elves who didn't take too kindly to us being there. But one of us, the sorceress, was able to just change into an elf and do a little diplomacy. But they basically allowed us to go about our merry way, as long as we didn't, I think it was as long as we didn't go too deep into the woods or bother their elven-y stuff. And
Right.
And then we we encountered some forest pirates that
Mhm.
were chopping down trees. And then we killed them. And they
Do you
had
remember
guns.
what happened to one of them? Do you remember him having a trap that you had just dodged that went off and snapped his leg? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
great. That was great. Sorry, that was the highlight of last
It
session.
was gruesomely described. It was beautiful. And then we killed them, and they had guns. And it turns out guns hurt when you get shot. I don't like it. We just
Yeah. And we saw a ship sailing off in the distance. I remember that, and then I also remember Dragobod having a what is it?
The ship was first session.
He's an elk right now, but I will be changing the elk to his preferred form, Doom, the warhorse.
Yeah, didn't you say it was going to look like a nightmare or something?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and then you got a contract or whatever offered to you, and you said no, even though you were like on the edge of it or whatever. And I remember us fighting some people because of it, and things expired or disappeared based on it. Otherwise, we got some contracts that we saw, and last I remember, I believe Black Trunk was able to go to the library and look at it.
No, he can read runes.
Yeah, we found out halfway to the librray that he could just.
Oh, that's right.
He was a little dehydrated, and turns out, he could just read everything. If I remember correctly, we eventually took a long rest, and in the middle of the night, a bunch of trees showed up.
Yep, right at the end, a bunch of trees showed up with Black Trunk standing guard.
And I don't know what's happening.
That's where it
I'm
ended.
I'm not wearing armor right now, so that could be a problem for me.
The trees started picking up logs that were like laying in the forest and rocks because they saw a bunch of trees that had been chopped down, and the only ones here are you guys. And that was where we left off. Was with that. So I don't have my initiative tracker over here. So I'm gonna go
Black Trunk, be diplomatic.
I'm gonna go grab that. Give me 2 seconds.
We don't have
everybody
to.
Roll for initiative.
No, I'm sleepy
Son of a
right
gun.
now.
Okay.
I'm not in armor.
Oh, look at that. A natural 20.
You know what? I don't need you to gloat.
All right.
You don't need me to gloat either. I get it.
Paladin over here with like a 8 dexterity. Oh, can I also get it? Oh, hey, look at that. Nat 20.
You got a nat 20?
I did too.
I think you guys are cheating. You're all cheating. You got weighted dice. Unacceptable.
Oh,
I bet your nat 20 is higher than my nat 20.
Well, let's see what I got.
Look at that. I don't have an 8 dexterity.
Well, I got a nat 19, so.
Oh, hey, look, a nat 20. No. Hey, we all got nat 20s. Look at that. Everyone has a nat 20.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, this is amazing.
I don't know what's going on. Everyone got nat 20s.
I'm so happy.
You did not.
No, I didn't.
And I know Black Trunk didn't. Black Trunk probably got a nat 1.
No, Black Trunk said he got
close.
nat 25.
I got a 0.
Jeez.
Did you really get 0?
Yeah.
With your negatives. Ouch.
Dang. Well, how many negatives do you have? Just a 1?
Minus 15.
Minus 2.
All right. What do we got here? We've got Betty Sweever at a 13. All right. Sapphire will go first, but Sapphire is asleep. Dragobod, you were asleep.
I'm sleepy.
Okay. So the treants, or the elder trees or whatever, they spent their turn kind of picking up what was around them to throw. Black Trunk, you're the only one awake at this time. How would you respond?
Do they have any distinguishing marks, or do they just look like trees?
They look like very large old trees. They're bigger than the trees around you.
Okay. I would sort of put myself between me and the people who are sleeping,
Okay.
and say, we don't mean you any harm.
Okay. So when you say that, you catch their attention,
Right.
and they kind of turn in your general direction. It is nighttime. I can't remember exactly what time we said it was when this was happening, but
Yeah,
kind
it would make sense that it'd be night.
Yeah, so they kind of turn their attention towards you, and did these people chop down these trees?
Why? No, we did not. We stopped the people who were chopping down the trees.
Where are they?
Well, the ones who chopped down the trees, and I point to where I've fertilized the ground with their bodies.
It's like a clear mound, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they're there. They have turned in. I've made them fertilizer, so they can help spur growth of potentially new trees.
Okay. Sapphire, roll a perception check. If you beat a 20, you're awake.
Probably not gonna happen. Let's see. Perception is a +2, an advantage. Oh, okay. There we go. 21.
You wake up. You hear trees making noises at each other, including Black Trunk. Can you see in the dark?
I think I can. Let me see. Yeah, I do have dark vision.
Then you see very large trees that are now standing around you that were not there when you went to sleep. Would you like to do something?
All right. I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
Fireball.
Yeah. No. Believe it or not, I'm not gonna do that.
Insight check.
No. In fact, I'm not gonna cast a spell. I'm just gonna look at Blackthorn and be like, "What's going on?"
We have some guests.
Oh. And I'm gonna look at the trees and be like, like
Waving.
all tiny and stuff, and just waving at them with a smiley face, by the way, not like sinister. Just
Yeah, I gotcha. Dragobod, give me a perception check. Beat a 20.
Be quiet. I'm just gonna roll over and just cuddle my armor and just let out a deep snore. I'm still asleep.
All right. All right. So you guys see multiple trees, big trees, step forward where these clear mounds are, and these tree branches that they're larger than like your typical tractors that would like scoop dirt. They reach down into the dirt, pulling these corpses up, and you just see them launch them all the way up in the air out of the forest like a big giant catapult. Hundreds and hundreds of feet out of there. And then the big one turns back to you, Black Trunk, and says, "They were not worthy of our soil. We do not need their sustenance."
Okay.
Badass for a tree.
We are the protectors of these woods. What brings you here?
What does bring us here?
What does bring you here?
Yeah, where were we traveling to?
Roll over in my sleep.
I'm going back and checking my notes at this moment too.
The Infernal Dragon Blade.
The Infernal Dragon Blade that is kept by the Elder Tree.
Oh, yeah. We're looking... I'm not really sure. I'll have to wake up my companions. Sometimes...
Yeah.
Did you guys
Sapphire...
say the Infernal Dragonbane Blade?
I didn't say that. I'm
Okay.
going to wake the other two up with my branches.
Okay.
Don't touch me.
Why are we here?
Why am I awake?
So Sapphire is gonna like lean in towards Blackthorn and be like, what's going on exactly?
They want to know why we're here.
While we're here, well, why don't you just tell them the truth?
I think we
Don't trees hate not seeing the truth? Hearing about it, anyway?
I think we're in search of some blade, Dragonbane blade, something like that.
A blade is whatever. We're not after the blade itself. We're after, being able to save this world, as far as I'm concerned. And then like visibly, you see like Sapphire like looking around, going, look at the trees, like oh, she's concerned.
You see one tree that like kind of cups a couple branches like this, and as it's doing it, you see like a light starting to come from it, and as it lifts its branches up, you see a bunch of dragonflies that kind of start swirling around and travel around all of you. Mm-hmm. And now the area is just lit by constant lightning bugs, or some people call
them be
fire.
Dragonflies.
Yeah, we'll call them dragonflies and lightning bugs, all sorts of bugs that light up. How about that? I don't think dragonflies actually light up, but either way, all
Fantasy
these
world.
bugs,
Yeah, they do.
It starts lighting up.
They do.
Yeah, right. And it lights everything really well. And the large one that you can now see a face, or what looks like a face in the bark, kind of leans down. I know where the Infernal Dragon Blade is.
Oh.
There is an orc necromancer who has this blade. But from what I know, he would be very difficult for a group of adventurers to defeat. You would need a special item. An item that we refer to as the Seed of Life Amulet.
Oh. Black Trunk was about to pull out his decanter of endless water, and he's like, oh, man, I guess not.
So close.
The Seed of Life Amulet was last known to be held by a dwarven warlord in the Western Dwarven Territory. This seed has many magical properties, one of which is that it can help create life, plant life, in areas that would not normally have plant life, which is why they have it there. It also has an ability to grant magical resistance for its wielder, the person who attunes to it, and up to 5 of their allies.
That's oddly specific.
Yes. You want something even more oddly specific? It lasts for up to 1 minute once per day when activated. And something else that's very oddly specific. Only rangers and druids can attune to this amulet. You can't miss it. It looks like a seed or an acorn that's on a vine necklace. But it's in the Western Dwarven territory on a Dwarven warlord.
This Dwarven warlord a friend?
No. Anything but. Apparently, some pirates came into the ancient forest here at some point and retrieved this item.
Oh, the ones that were cutting down the trees.
Well, probably. There used to be a hermit that lived in the woods and had this item. Had beautiful gardens around his little place. We used to visit with him, and one time we went there and his area was destroyed, and we found his dead body. And one of our friends could speak with dead, and so we found out what happened.
Do you want the amulet back?
It would be great if you were able to get your sword. And after getting your sword at some point, you did bring us this amulet. Maybe after your adventures. After you saved the world, as this little one over here says. But it wasn't ours to begin with, so if you don't bring it back, that is fine. Just use it for good.
Okay. Would you like some fresh water?
I would greatly appreciate that.
Good. I take my little cup out and I pour some water for him.
That's not very much, but thank you, little tree.
Oh, it's there's more where that's coming from.
Well, thank you very much.
And I just walk over with the decanter and I just start pouring it on him.
Would you guys like us to keep watch for you so you can continue to sleep?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
And would you like us to lead you to the edge of the forest closest to where you are heading in the morning?
Oh, yes.
Well, then, at first sunlight, we will take you there once you are ready.
Sounds good.
All right. Do you have any questions or need help with anything else?
How much time we got?
Well, it is nighttime. So, sometime still.
Okay.
It's not often we see a little tree like you.
Is the leader's name Sequoia or something?
Sure, it is now. That is my last name.
Okay. Yeah, I would like go and give everybody some water from the endless decanter of water. And probably just chat them up the entire time. Like,
You know,
how long
they
have
love
been in
it.
the forest? What have they been up to? What books do they like to read? You know, just
Don't
like
read. You find out, much to your shock, that they don't like to read. They literally just
Wow.
travel around the forest and fraternize with the animals and the other plants, but they usually stay on the eastern side of the forest and don't travel to the western side very much.
okay.
Probably
And if
because the pirates are on the east side and they have to fight them off all the time.
and if they've ever heard of the elder trees.
We are the elder trees. They're not like the tree you remember seeing in the swamplands, by the way.
Right. So yeah, so Black Trunk is completely shocked at the fact that these they claim to be the elder trees. He was expecting something a lot different.
They can tell. They're curious. What did you expect? We are the oldest trees in this forest.
Oh, literally elder, like.
Look, trees we have figured out based on how Black Trunk is are very literal sometimes.
So I'm going to add. So I'm basically going to try to find out when they're first. I'm going to ask Sequoia what his first memory is.
Ooh, that is a great question. Well, my first memory is finally sprouting some leaves and looking up as the larger trees, which are no longer with us, but the other large walking trees were towering over me.
Sapphire is going to nudge up against Black Trunk and be like, ask him about the ley lines. See if they know anything. Kind of like trying to nudge him, even though I know I can't nudge him.
Yeah, you can still nudge me. I was like, we'll get to that. So I'm going to like try to get Sequoia to tell me his life story, and then find out at a point that makes sense. I will bring up like, so were those the ley lines, or is that when the ley lines were formed, or
so
I don't know if we'll run out of darkness and the light will come up before he finishes. But
so trees talk very slow,
right?
Very slow. If we've learned anything from other books and stuff, and other mythology, we'll call it. So he tells you basically he's been around for like thousands of years. He's the oldest tree here, actually. And none of the trees who were full grown when he sprouted are around anymore. He proceeds to tell you that the ancient forest was once very peaceful. In fact, elves would, regularly be all over the place around here. And it was just elves and trees like him. And then there were some trees that didn't move. In fact, almost all the trees used to move. And then some of them got so content because of how peaceful it was, they just rooted in the ground and forgot how to walk. And so that's his memory of how we got the trees that are around here. And then he tells you some stories about when the pirates first came and how they really just started by chopping down the woods to build their little place over there, Pirates Bay. And, they started trying to go out there and keep them from expanding. At one point, there was a truce between the elves and the pirates to not expand anymore. But that obviously went away, and the pirates proceeded to start doing it again. Not long ago, actually, they started doing it again and raiding into the woods and chopping down the trees again. And it sounds like that, the pirates are working possibly with some really dark forces south. Like maybe there's some influence from the orcs actually on the pirates of Pirates Bay. So they're not sure why, but it's fairly common for pirates to pass through these woods and then kind of raid some of the smaller establishments south of Elda and west of the eastern Dwarven territories. But there's not a lot of establishments anymore over there. And you would know that because the last stop in is like the last spot before there's any more civilization south.
Okay.
And you just happen to work there. Or think you work there.
So, yeah, I would ask about the ley lines at some point.
Oh, the ley lines. Well, once there were far more. In fact, the ley lines used to be very bright. Occasionally, they would, during certain astral times of the year, you would get this bright light that would actually cut through this forest. But we have not seen ley lines here in many, many years. And that would probably mean like well over 100 years. But there is a lake south of here that has and used to have even stronger ley lines but than the rest. That would probably be your best bet for any ley lines in the area. That's south of the eastern and western Dwarven territories.
Okay. All right.
And that's about all you can kind of discern. So yeah. All right. So the night passes. It is now daytime. Sapphire, Betty Sweever, who may have overheard your conversation about trees reading books, and Dragobod all wake up. And Betty Sweever, you hear her kind of mumble, probably to like Sapphire and Dragobod, how weird it is for a tree to be reading letters on dead trees.
Mm-hmm. That is weird.
Well, trees are trees, you know. There's not
Trees
a
are
lot you can
people
do about
too.
'em.
I mean, true. They kind of are. I mean, they are talking to you. So the tree, once you guys are ready, the trees do offer to give you a ride if you want. They can hold you in their tree branches and carry you. Are you going to seek the Seed of Life amulet?
I would like to.
Sounds like
Blackthorn, what do you think?
Sounds like a good idea.
Yep.
Okay. We will take you back to the southwest side of the forest. And they proceed to tell you that there is a gate, or what's perceived as a gate. It used to be a large iron gate that was in the mountains that kind of separate the eastern and western Dwarven territory. They tell you that there once was a man who would sometimes man those gates and keep them locked to keep peace between the eastern and Dwarven territories. But they don't believe he is there anymore. So if the gate is closed, they do not know how to open it, but they can take you to the closest spot and tell you how to get there. And they kind of explain it to you as they walk you through the forest.
I'm gonna spend some time. I'm gonna dismiss the elk,
Okay.
and then recast that spell, and then summon doom.
Oh. Now, it's a nightmare, right? So it's on fire.
Flavor wise, yeah. Stat wise, it's just a warhorse.
Sure. When you do that, though, all of the trees are terrified of you, and they tell Black Trunk, "Keep your friend away from the trees. We do not want a raging fire."
Don't worry. She's an ally.
Yes, but there's sometimes friendly fire when there is fire involved. The elves have been known to accidentally start fires as well.
Sapphire pulls out a scroll and uses create water on the horse.
It's just like constantly
Just
raining.
dumps, yeah.
I'm just gonna glare at you.
So it's just steaming the whole time.
It's a steaming horse.
Yeah, I will also point out the flames are like bluish, kind of like Hades from Disney's Hercules.
I was gonna say from Hercules.
Yeah.
So now you're just coughing with a bunch of smoke in your face from the water being poured on the flames the entire time, unable to see anything.
You're smoking.
As Sapphire is like nicely tucked away and like one of the branches, like nice and comfortable. I'm like just constantly casting create water.
Nice. All right, so they drop you off, and then as you guys are walking through the forest, Black Trunk, you guys walk through that same area where the trees are like, we don't get to see the elder trees over here. And like, because you can speak with them, right, just at will, you actually hear them, like, all the littler trees in the area with glee, like, go, like, just in awe as these bigger trees are walking through here and being careful not to, like, step on their roots and just kind of weave through them. And so Nate, or I'm sorry, Sapphire and Betty Sweaver, if you guys are hitching a ride on these guys, they're actually holding you above the lower trees. Black Trunk, are you hitching a ride, or are you just trying to walk through and keep up?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk. I'm trying to walk and keep up with them.
Okay, that's what I figured. And then obviously you have the Nightmare riding through as well. Yeah, and you get to the southwest side after passing through all the regular plants who obviously are excited to see the larger trees. And when you get there, he tells you, he says, well, we wish you the best, and do what you will with the Seed of Life amulet. I trust you will do the right thing, Black Trunk.
Oh, yes.
And we
I
will
will
speak of this encounter with our friends. You're always welcome here, Black Trunk.
Okay, I give an awkward wave of my branch.
Nice. All right. You guys are... oh, sorry. What was the question?
So after they leave, I pull out my endless decanter of water and pour myself a drink. It's very stressful.
He needs a drink after this.
Yes.
He does a shot after that.
Well, Black Trunk, that nice tree just offered you his seed. It would be wrong for you to refuse it.
Nice. All right. You guys proceed to head southwest. Now, you know, based on your knowledge of the area, it's actually not going to take too long to get to where the gate is supposed to be at. Now, you guys have never heard of this gate, but if somebody wants to make a history check, we can see if somebody does know anything about it.
Not me.
No?
I guess I will do it.
I've got some history.
See what
Not on
happens.
this.
All right.
What's the
Five.
worst thing?
17.
17. Anyone beat a 17?
Oh my god, a natural 20!
Mm.
It was hiding there somewhere.
So, Betty Sweaver, you have heard many drunken tales of this gate and how it actually was destroyed during a great war between the dwarves in the Western Dwarven Territory and the dwarves in the Eastern Dwarven Territory. This gate being destroyed, which was called the passage to the barren wastelands. I'm sorry, that's not what the gate was, but that's what that section is called. You had heard that it was destroyed, and that led to why the Eastern Dwarven Territory built the full wall around their territory. They used to just have a wall on the southern side to keep orcs down south and not from traveling up and, into their area. But once that happened, they decided, you know what? Let's just wall the whole territory in. So they made this great wall all the way around it.
Okay.
So you do recall that. And it was destroyed by the Western Dwarven Territory dwarves with magic.
Yeah, that gate was destroyed by the Western Territory dwarves with magic when they were fighting the Eastern Territory dwarves. And they built a big wall around that area. Are we sure there still exists your seed?
You're muted, Black Trunk.
It should. It's a magical amulet. Just have
Well,
to
we're
find
gonna
this
keep-
dwarven warlord in the Western Dwarven territories.
Yes. Well, we're going to have to be careful if we want to put your seed to good use.
Just use protection. You guys will be fine.
Now, are you sure you can handle this seed once we find it? Do you know what the seed can do?
Yes.
Sprout what a life.
Okay. And this will help us find the sword thingy, right?
It'll protect us against the orc necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, you have a character who knows exactly where this orc necromancer is.
Fucking knew it. Do it.
Is that Trigobod?
I was just going to be like, hey, do I know anything about this guy? I know exactly who this guy is.
It's the same lake that you just happened to escape from.
Oh, what is killing this man going to do for me?
A lot, man. A lot.
It just happens to be the same lake that might have massive ley lines, too. Making magic far more powerful.
Drunky's also my warlock patron because I said fiend lot, but I was wrong. I'm an undead warlock. It could be a little bit of a problem. Cross that bridge when we get to it. If he needs to die, then he needs to die.
So,
Trigobod, I got your back.
So Betty has been telling you guys all about the history of this war and like the tactics and all these like drunken sailor stories that she has heard while in Elda. And as you guys are approaching these mountains, you can see the mountains and you can kind of see where there's like a trail that starts to go up between the mountains. That's the mouth of this trail is like 40 feet wide. And it kind of starts winding up the hill into these mountains, like around a hill and up these mountains. What is your marching order?
Sapphire's probably gonna be like in the middle somewhere.
Okay.
So she's not in the back.
I'll be up front
essentially.
considering I'm riding a horse.
Dragobot in the front? Okay.
Betty probably excitedly talking about everything near the front, too.
Okay. So then Sapphire after Betty and then Black Trunk in the back. Does that sound right?
Yep.
Probably because Black Trunk's the slowest and just trying to keep up. More than
Well, he's pushing us along.
Black Trunk's busy thinking about the seed and what he has to do to take the entire seed and use it.
Yeah. All right. As you guys are making your way through here, you can see the mountains to each of your sides jut up very high. Like these are very tall mountains. They would not be very easy to get through without this passageway. Okay. Is there anything in particular that you guys are doing as you go through these mountains? We'll start with you, Dragobod, being on the horse.
I am generally keeping my eyes peeled for signs of danger, goblins, giants, other orcs, dragons, anything natural or unnatural that might try to kill us.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Betty, what are you doing?
Yes. Have I finished telling them about everything yet?
Never. You are never done talking about it.
I'm never done talking. That sounds like me. In that case, I'm still telling them about everything.
So as Dragobot's trying to focus, Betty's just like, oh, and then I think, around here when they were surrounded by the mountains, blah, 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 blah. She's like fascinated by this.
I've been ignoring her the entire time.
Probably.
One does not simply ignore a Betty Sweaver.
I'm looking one way. Doom is also looking the other way.
I love Doom.
Doom is helping me. Advantage. Okay, that wasn't any better. I got an 18 for perception.
Okay. Not bad, not bad.
But not good enough.
All right, Sapphire, what are you doing? Anything in particular?
Traditionally, I'm actually talking to Black Trunk and trying to decipher what what was going on, what the conversation was, that sort of thing.
Oh, about the ley lines and stuff?
Yeah. Mostly about that. And then while I'm doing that, I'm also keeping a lookout kind of thing. Because, might as well talk while you're looking around.
Okay. And then Black Trunk, what are you doing?
Well, in the background, I can hear Betty go on and on about the gate and the war, which I'm sort of kind of listening to, and then Sapphire is talking as well, and I just keep thinking back to my encounter with what apparently were the elder trees, and I'm contemplating, thinking about like what my expectations. What I thought I was going to encounter and what I actually encountered, and I'm trying to rectify or understand the reality.
Okay. Excellent. Dragobod, you're watching like a hawk as you kind of go through here. You see what looks like almost like a natural archway between the mountains, where it's just been weathered from just the years of wind and everything kind of passing through here, and you think this is where the gate was, but there's clearly no door, no hinges. There's a couple like gouges out of the sides here that could have been where like maybe hinges were before they got like blown off with the door, but there are no remnants of any doors or anything through this area. Now this archway is very tall. It's probably 60 feet tall. At this point though, it's only about 30 feet wide. And in fact, this trail kind of got narrow for a minute and then it widened again right here. But it's actually fairly smooth on the ground. Like this would be a great road if people actually wanted to travel through here, but there's no reason to travel through here for most people, which is just kind of interesting. While you're looking at this though, you see in this spot to the right, you about 25 feet above you, where these rocks are that are kind of jagged, you see what looks like a bear, a very large bear, probably about 10 feet tall. But it's not like a bear you've ever seen or heard of before. In fact, it's got like what looks like bone plates on its shoulders and on its back and on its skull a little bit. And it's got these like eyes that are, they're red. They're deep red. And you see a couple smaller ones next to it. And it's watching you, and it kind of shimmers to the edge of the rock, almost like it's going to pounce. Now, this bear is not a fat bear. It's a very skinny bear. It's kind of like, it's almost built more like a polar bear, a little bit slender, but very intimidating. And it looks like it's about to jump. What would you like to do?
Oh.
You see 3 total, 2 small ones, 1 big one.
How does its calves look? Does it look like it does squats and doesn't skip leg day?
Okay. So you said it looks like it's getting ready to jump.
Yeah. Like it's
Can I tell if it's preparing itself for something to happen, or it's just it's preparing to actually attack?
It looks like it's preparing to attack. Like you're a meal.
Good day, Mr. Bear.
I will bonus action Hunter's Market.
Okay.
No, try to seduce it.
And then I'm going to shoot it 2 times with Eldritch Blast.
Okay. It does have a little bit of cover from the rocks because of like the angle and everything. So you just so you know.
Okay. As I'm just going to, I'm not, you see what you hear me cast a spell and boom, boom. So
everybody hears you casting Eldritch Blast. They're familiar with this sound. So you guys, none of the rest of you see these bears, but you definitely hear Dragobod casting Eldritch Blast. And you know what happens after he says these words.
Okay.
So anyway, Grimrack Strongjaw was like, "Rah!" and he pulled out his hammer and then, Dragobod, what are you doing?
The first one was a 13 to hit.
Miss.
The
What
second
are you
one
doing,
isn't.
Steph Dragobod?
The second one is an 18 to hit.
Miss. Thanks to
Damn
cover.
it.
Um,
That's my
Sapphire.
whole turn.
Their regular AC is 18, just so you know.
Oh.
Sapphire is gonna jump in front of Dragobod, and she will.
How tall is Sapphire?
5'9", sir.
No, actually, she's like 3.
So you jump in front of this nightmare horse that is towering over you and Dragobot. You jump out in front of him.
Yeah, and I put my arms out, just going, stop! What is going on?
Okay.
I have no idea what's going on.
Everybody roll for initiative. What was your second attack roll? You missed on the second one too, correct?
I did.
So you guys see Dragobot, and like you see these rocks that get blasted, and like so just rocks and debris start falling right before you guys, and you guys still can't see what Dragobot was looking at. But yeah, everybody roll for initiative. Betty got a 13. I got a 21.
No, this is where the natural 20 needed to happen.
It didn't happen.
No.
Black Trunk, you got the same initiative again?
Yes, I have rolled 2, 3, and 2.
I'll be right back. Someone paying them.
Peter, you didn't get a better dice, dude.
They haven't warmed up yet.
Black Trunk
Just
is
saying.
just look, initiative is automatic last for Black Trunk every time. It doesn't even matter. We don't even need to roll for it, Black Trunk. You're just wasting your dice. You're chipping them.
No, he's
in
waiting.
Very small
He's
amounts,
waiting.
and
He's
you're,
very much waiting.
You're also damaging your table, and I don't want you to damage your table on a wasted roll. All right, so all of a sudden, Sapphire, you do this. Wait, and you don't see this until the last second. But a massive bear comes leaping down on you, pouncing on you.
Oh my.
Okay, does a 15 hit Sapphire?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. First attack.
Well, that's one way to get rid of Sapphire.
You
It
take
happens, man.
12 points of slashing damage from the first attack, but also the sneak attack damage.
Hang on.
Did you say sneak attack damage?
Yeah, they're stealth predators.
It's the surprise round. Anyway.
Okay, so 10, 11, 12, 13 points of sneak attack damage from it as well.
Okay.
Because you didn't see it and he gotcha. All right.
Bears.
His second attack with his claw, now that he's on top of you. Okay, so that's a 14. Does a 14 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so that's 9 points of slashing damage on the second attack. And now the bite. That's a 13.
13 hits, yeah.
Oh my, everything just hit you apparently.
My AC is a 12, so just so you know. Without casting
Dude,
mage armor.
Stop it. He's already dead.
17 points of piercing damage from the bite.
Okay.
All right. The second little one is now.
I am
going
down.
Oh, perfect. The second one, the little one, is going to jump on Dragobod. All right, that's gonna miss. That's a 3 on the die. That's a 5.
That will miss.
All right, second one on Dragobod. That is a 21.
That will hit. I will use my reaction to cast a second level Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. Also, once you do that, give me an athletics check to stay on your nightmare.
Okay.
Since it jumped 25 feet on you. 7 points of slashing damage from the claw on the pounce.
Okay. It takes 23 points of fire damage.
Okay. He doesn't get to attack you on the second attack because he did.
Oh, lovely. As for that athletics, that is a 13.
All right. You stay on. I would say. Do you have ride animal? Is there some kind of like bond because you summon it or something? Or it might even say you can't be dismounted.
I think that's the case, yeah.
I can be dismounted.
Can you?
Like,
okay.
I can be
so
knocked
I
off
would
of.
say you probably do get knocked off then with a 13. I would probably do a DC 15, but yeah. Okay, the second small bear was already in the air, so he didn't. His friend died. His little brother died, but he's still in the air attacking. So he misses. Oh wait, no, I already rolled and he missed. So the other bear already missed you and is on the ground. Okay, so that one bear that missed, just missed again. He tried to attack with his claw, but your nightmare moved. Is going to try and bite the nightmare now, though.
Okay.
And does a 15 hit the nightmare?
15 does hit the nightmare.
This is a nightmare.
15 points of piercing damage from a bite.
Okay. Also, I dropped Hunter's Mark.
These are my mountain bears, by the way. I like
Ooh la la.
They have like bone plates all over them, which is like a nice natural armor.
Nice. All
All right, Sapphire. It is your turn.
I have to roll for not dying.
Yep.
What's the roll again?
Just a straight D20 roll.
Yeah. 9.
Is this the first time Sapphire's been dropped?
Yes.
Yep.
I can't remember if we had talked about it for this campaign or not, or if it was something else. But the difficulty every time you're dropped is going to go up by 1. So like right now it's 10. Next time you're dropped to 0, it's going to go up to 11. And the next time you drop to 0, 12. And so it'll just increasingly get harder.
Yeah,
to survive.
I feel.
Okay. All right. There's one failure. Betty Suiva.
Yes. We have one that is next to the nightmare, correct?
Yes, and one that is on top of Sapphire's fallen bloody body.
Okay. I will go directly across from the one that is attacking the nightmare, so I am flanking it.
Okay.
And then I will attack it. And if I'm not mistaken, that'll give me advantage because I'm flanking it?
No, we don't do flanking rules.
Not doing flanking.
Nope.
Okay. Standard attack then. Nope, that's going to miss the first attack. Second attack. Does a... Let's see, that's a... No, actually, the first attack would hit. I forgot I have... 18, does that hit?
Yes, 18 hits.
Okay. So that is for... 5 and 8 is 13 points of piercing damage with the first attack.
Okay, he's still standing.
And then that is a dirty 20 for the next hit.
Hits.
And that is 4 and 8 is 12 points of piercing damage for the second attack.
You kill the small bear.
Okay. Then I move towards the big one that's on top of Sapphire.
Yeah, Mommy Bear looks pissed too.
Mama Bear is pissed, and I will start off with a... Let's do a bonus action attack with Polearm Master.
Okay.
That is a... I'm rolling awful. That is an 18 to hit. And
Okay.
we're going... Does that hit?
Yes.
And let's do... Sorry, I'm looking at the character sheet and it's not obeying me. Let's try to trip attack it with a DC 16 strength saving throw from her.
Okay.
And that is...
I got a 15, so I.
Okay, so it is prone, and that's 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And then we are going to action surge and start striking it with the spear again.
All right, bring it on.
Okay, first attack, and now we have some good things going on here. That's a 13, and that's going to hit, and we're going to do a... Let's do a menacing attack with a DC 16 wisdom saving throw.
Jeez.
Will be frightened of me, and that is 8 plus 13.
12.
Okay, so that fails, so it is now frightened of me, so on its turn, it has to try and flee from me. And it is going to take 13 and 8 for 21 points of damage.
Okay.
And then we're going to hit it again with a spear, which
It's
is
bleeding profusely right now, by the way.
that is a 21 to hit.
Describe how you kill it. It had 2 hit
She's
points.
just going to finally pulls up the spear and just stabs it right through the back where the head and the spine meet, finishing it off.
Now, these are not very furry bears, by the way. These are kind of like, imagine a hairless cat with like bone plates and maybe occasional like little tufts of fur, but not a lot of hair on these.
Yes.
Someone
get to Sapphire quick.
Yeah, Dragobot, it is your turn.
Gonna reach down and tap Sapphire on the forehead. You get 1 hit point.
Ooh. Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Was that lay on
Yeah.
hands?
It was. I have 25. They are not to heal people. I will make sure you don't die.
He's like, here you go. Here's 1.
That you come
I thought-
to
I thought laying hands was like a base set amount, regardless what you're casting.
No.
Oh no, I can choose how much.
Okay.
Yeah, you get a pool.
Okay.
Did you,
Okay.
did you come to consciousness? I'm just gonna get real close. Don't ever wet me again. And I'm gonna get back on my horse.
Black Trunk. They're all dead. I just was going to finish out the round and see if you guys each wanted to do anything.
Black Trunk's going to kill the party now.
I am going to go over to Sapphire and you cure. You get 4 more hit points back.
Ooh, thank you.
Okay. Everybody give me a perception check.
Well,
There's my nat 20.
All right, so Black Trunk, we're going to reward your nat 20. You see smoke, but almost like a fire had just been put out on the other side
Okay,
of these
it's not on the
arches.
water.
No, in fact, it looks
Okay,
like it's
good.
just around the bend on the other side of these arches. You know how, like, when you put out a fire, it just all of a sudden smoke
Right.
billows, right?
Good.
What would you like to do, Black Trunk?
Good. So good. And there's no fire in the sky. Excellent.
No
All
fire
right.
in the sky.
thankfully.
It is very dry and hot, though. In fact, you're getting a wind hitting you guys in the face coming from that direction.
We don't see
I
anyone.
pointed out to everybody.
Okay.
I'm feeling very unhealthy right now. I guess I'll take a potion of healing.
He seems so mad at you guys. Like 5 hit points. Screw you, assholes.
Perhaps it's best not to jump in front of me ever again.
Do we need to take a moment to breathe? Are you
Wait,
okay?
does your character actually say that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Don't challenge people that are out of your league.
What?
What?
That's what my character says to his.
I'm just gonna look around. What people? Bears.
We don't know they were bears.
Are they still bears?
They were wearing armor.
They look like
Right.
bears, don't they?
Yeah, they look like furless bears with like bone plates. Like their bones actually come out and it's like a natural armor.
Okay. Should we avoid that fire or should we go up there and see what's going on?
I think we should take a moment to catch a short breather real fast here. Our friend's not looking too hot. Might be wise to take a moment and also see if these bears were protecting anything. Where did you see them, Dragobah?
I'll point up there as I'm gonna get off the horse. I'm gonna get off Doom. We can take a short rest. I can send Doom ahead to scout just to see what's happening.
Oh, you're gonna send the horse?
I can, yeah.
That could be smart if you'd like to scout ahead. And we could take a little rest, and if it sees anything, it could just come running immediately back and warn us.
He could just tell me.
Okay.
Long as he's within a mile, me and him can communicate.
So, is he an actual fiend, or what is he actually?
Oh, he's a warhorse, but his type is fiend.
Okay.
Yep. If this spell would have allowed me to take undead, I would have made him undead.
How stealthy is he?
This is fucking warhorse. Not
He's
that.
practically invisible.
He has a dex of 12. He's not proficient in stealth, so probably not.
All right,
He's got a +1.
Is he trying to be sneaky?
I mean, I'll command him to try to be sneaky.
Okay.
I want to see this.
Is he still on fire?
Of course he is.
And now there's no rain on him.
I want to see stealth horse.
Does it look like I would be burned if I touched him?
I mean, to you it looks like fire. I don't know if Dragobot told you it doesn't burn you.
Only like the mane, the tail, and like only the mane and the tail are where the flames are. The rest of them is just horse.
He's a black horse.
Okay, so I'm going to reach out my branch and
in the middle of his body,
as far as I can, and I cast invisibility on him.
He is invisible. He gets advantage on his stealth check if you're stealthing.
Excellent. That went from a 10 to a 19.
Okay. On the die, so it's a 20?
Oh, no, it's a total of 19.
Oh, okay.
Total of 19s, yeah.
So you can, only because you know he's there, you can hear him walk away. But then, nothing. And then, after a minute, you hear in your head, Dragobod, because you can communicate that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's an old man. Almost elven-like. Just sitting on the side of the trail. Seems to be reading a book. Or writing in a book, actually. Maybe it's a journal.
Ask him what kind of book it is. Ask him.
I'll mentally. You don't hear any of this. I'll mentally. I'll communicate. Is he where the fire is?
Yeah, he appears to have put a fire out.
That's hot.
Smells like he just ate food over here.
Watch him.
I am watching him.
Excellent. I guess we'll take that short rest. Before that short rest is over, I'm gonna call him back so he doesn't turn visible.
Mm-hmm.
Before.
Yeah. So when he communicates to you as he's coming back. It looks like just an old man traveling with very little belongings, no weapons. Doesn't even look like he had anything but maybe a walking stick and a small satchel. But he was writing in a book.
We tell if he was human, dwarf, elven.
He said he looked elven, had elven features, but they almost seemed exaggerated. Like his ears were longer than normal elves. And he didn't have... So he had beautiful, perfect brown hair. And for an elf, he also had a beard. A well-groomed beard. Very
I
odd.
will... feel like I'm learning a lot about Doom today. I will communicate everything except for the reading of the book part. That is purposely to with my trunk.
In your world, do elves have beards?
No. You guys have never seen an elf with a beard.
Well, that's weird. Maybe he's a half-elf?
Maybe they always had beards.
But you also heard from Dragobod that the features, like the elvish ears, are bigger than normal, which you would also know half elves usually have lessened features of elves.
Yes.
I hate the Fae.
Oh,
Well, Sapphire, are you feeling any better after taking a bit of a rest?
Sapphire is gonna like sit there for a couple of seconds. Do I see this person at this point?
No,
Any chance?
no, nobody can see it.
Okay, good.
You all
I have-
can hit that short rest button if you need to.
okay. Before we do that, what is your hit point total at this point?
Me?
Yeah.
Hang on. I am at apparently not enough. I don't know why my
Did you
short
use
rest
all your because you have
didn't
to
work
use
out.
you have to decide how many hit die to spend.
I can do another cure. Oh, that's what if we're gonna take a short rest because I get it back with my
Yeah.
Oh, I have to decide
So-
how many hit I want to use. Okay.
Yeah. So like what level are you guys? 3? 5?
6.
6? Okay, so you can use up to 6 of your hit die to roll to get those hit points back.
Yep.
I will do another healing
Per
since I
day,
can-
by the way. Per long rest, you can use up to 6 in a short rest.
I don't know exactly how these warlock slots work, but I get them back on a short rest. So.
And you can do them one at a time, Nate. So if you roll one and it's like a 1, you're like, shit, I want to roll another one. You can roll another, and you can do it that way. You don't have to declare I'm rolling 3 of my 6 or anything.
You got 5 more back.
Okay.
And rolled crappy.
You say Blackthorn,
Okay.
Blackthorn, you can just burn all the warlock die because at the
Do
end
we
of that
have to
short
say
rest-
burn around Black Trunk?
Yes.
Why?
It's hot.
Yes.
He shot me with
Yes.
Eldritch Blast.
It's
I was
totally
never gonna
worth the
forget
while.
that. But you can burn all the warlock slots. At the end of the short rest, you get them all back. So
Right.
Listen, Dragobar is so
Okay.
hot, he has to say everything burns.
Okay.
he shot me
It
with
burns when he
Eldritch
plays.
Blast.
Sapphire is looking pretty good at this point. After a short rest and whatnot, and Sapphire is also going to
Put on pants.
no. Sapphire is
Shape
going to
change back
look
to
at
Sapphire.
Sapphire is going to look at Dragobod and be like, "What is your major malfunction?"
Oh, someone was muted.
What?
I don't know. I didn't hear Dragobod respond.
It was
Oh.
an infernal. We couldn't hear it.
Explain.
Why would you just attack with no reason?
Bears that were preparing to attack us.
Doesn't mean that they were actually going to attack us.
But they were. They were preparing to pounce. Your eyes did not see.
My eyes don't see a lot of things. This is what my character is going to say. I see a lot of things, but I don't see what I don't want to see.
I'm very confused right now.
Can I make a nature check on the bears?
Yes.
Do they look natural?
21.
Okay. What were you trying to discern?
Is this a natural occurring creature, or is this some creature that has some kind of corruption or
No,
something?
these are natural bears to this area.
Okay.
They just regular animals, regular mountain bears.
Are they known for being aggressive or hostile?
They're
or...
very aggressive, but they are also, because they live in these mountains and in the desert that you're heading to. They basically eat on sight. Pretty much anything that seems to be alive, they will eat it, because food is scarce. That is also why they are so like skinny and scrawny looking. But they have.
So they have like a tapeworm, so that's why they're not getting any fat.
Right. But they're stealthy hunters. And yeah, they're known to be able to pounce. They have keen smell, especially, in the fact that you guys aren't from here. You stand out like a sore thumb based on your scent.
Right.
But yeah, stealth. They climb extremely well.
So they're not something we can chat with and negotiate with.
I mean, I guess you could try. I mean, like you could with any animal, but they're basically starving all the time. It's a hard area for them to find food, so they eat when they can. There's not a lot of food in these parts for them. Large creatures, you know?
Okay. All right. They saw us as food and they wanted to eat us. When we encounter them next time, we should give them some food.
I saw Dragobod's lips moving over here, but
He's talking in Infernal, so we don't.
Yeah, you can't hear me.
all right.
Well,
True.
should we go meet this this dwelf?
Well,
Who?
Yeah, you said it sounds like a dwarf and an elf.
Can those two races be together?
Oh, because of the beard.
Genetically?
I gotcha.
whoa. Okay.
Yeah, but the only one that heard him was Dragobod, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, he
Well,
told us about the dwarf, but he didn't tell us that the dwarf was reading a book.
Right.
I did
yeah.
not tell you he was reading a book. Nope.
Yep.
Left that part out.
Well, with my knowledge of genetic abnormalities within cross-species interbreeding, I don't know if elves and dwarves can go ahead and produce offspring.
In my world,
Really?
they actually can. There are half
Really?
races of everything in my world.
Oh, would we happen? Would any of us happen to know if dwarves and elves can go ahead and produce offsprings that would have an appearance?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you guys have probably heard stories, but it doesn't happen often, so you probably have not actually seen a half dwarf, half elf before.
More. Yeah. So even more.
Black
we gotta
Trunk,
see this
Black
guy.
Trunk, maybe being a
Yeah,
a former sailor, might have come across it in his travels, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe he's hungry. We should probably go see if he needs some food.
I think that Dragobah said he just ate. But he might need some refreshment of water.
Oh,
You should offer.
yeah.
water. Black Trunk starts sprinting, thump, thump, thump. With
No,
water
Black
just
Trunk, come back!
dripping all over the place out of his decanter of water. All right, so you guys come up around the gate, and once you get to the other side of the gate, you can see it winds, and you can see this guy who seemingly is putting something away. Black
Are you
Trunk-
thirsty?
Oh, yes, I am a bit parched. It is a little dry. I was just enjoying the ambiance, the quiet stillness of this area. And as he says that, we'll take a 5-minute break, and we'll be right back.
It's D&D.
And our friends, we will play D&D. Before we get back to playing, I quickly want to mention, head on over to Into the AM. Coupon code MTG10 for an additional 10% off of your order. Everything on Black Friday will be up to 80% off, and there's some cool stuff over there. So go check that out. I do get a commission for that, so go buy some stuff. I'm probably going to buy some more stuff. I already got 3 shirts from there. I'm going to get some more. So, yeah, with that, let's play. Oh, and link is in the description. All right. So, where did we leave off? There was like a guy, I think, that
Well,
Apparently, yeah.
was like standing there.
Blackthorn was about to wet him.
Yeah, the
Blackthorn was going to
exaggerated
give him
elven
his
dude
fluids.
with the beard.
We were looking
All
for
right.
Black Drunk Seed to go ahead and we need to find Black Drunk Seed so we can go ahead and defeat the thing, but we found this dwarf which Black Drunk's now going to give his fluids to.
So Black Trunk approaches with his endless decanter and says, "Would you like some water?" And
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone's behind him. The dude on the nightmare, the little tiny girl, and another girl in armor.
In glistening white and gold colored armor that is immaculate. Yes.
Now, looking at this guy, like I said, he has beautiful, perfectly groomed, long beard, like perfectly straight, like it's been brushed out real nice. But he's in these, like, this robe, this white and gray robe, like oversized robe. When he stands up, Black Trunk, he's probably about 6'4". His ears kind of jut out longer than most elven ears. He's got this full beard and this beautiful, like, lighter brown hair. And his skin tone also, for an elf, is kind of more tan rather than that nice, like a lot of the elves you've seen have a more pale pigment. At least the ones in the ancient forest. But some also have like a golden-ish tone. This guy's definitely got more of a golden tone than those. Okay. And he's got his walking stick. But when he stands up, he reaches out and says, "Yeah, I would love some water."
So I hand him some water and I get kind of close. Does he have any kind of smell? Like,
Sniffing this man?
I'm like, and I look at him and I look, and a little branch comes out and points to his beard. It's like, do you moisturize?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. So he does have a smell. He actually smells very, very good. Very clean, actually.
Floral?
What's that?
Laurel?
Laurel?
Like floral, like flowery smell?
Yeah. Like, yes, very much so. Yeah, very naturally clean. Yep. And he drinks the water and says, and looks at you and says, I appreciate that, friend. Is there anything I can do to repay you?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, did you see those bears?
I have not seen any bears. But they are known to be around here.
Where are you headed?
Oh, just wandering. I travel a lot.
What is your name?
My name is Valon. I'll probably be traveling to the ancient forest. I've got friends there.
I turn to the rest of the group behind me. Do you have any questions? He smells nice.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever seen an elf with a beard. That's very interesting.
Because I don't trust him. I'm just gonna like take a deep breath, kind of breathe in. Do I sense any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of me?
You do. As soon as you start trying to like figure this out, you almost have this like instant flash in your head of the forest, actually. And as that happens, Dragobod, You feel a hand like grab your arm, and then you snap out of it, and you're right back here looking at him. And Valon looks at you, Dragobod. He says, "You're the reason I've come here today."
Is that so?
That is so. Who was it? Hang on one second.
Is this man undead?
He's not. Hang on one second.
Is he good looking?
He's very good looking, actually. Very attractive.
Oh my. That makes sense then.
Black Trunk and Sapphire.
That changes a lot.
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh,
So it's just a straight roll at our intelligence modifier.
19.
Oh wow, 14.
Okay. So, Black Trunk. He looks very familiar to you. You can't quite put your finger on it, but he looks very familiar. Sapphire. You remember that this guy, when there was a time when you guys were at the just outside of the Last Stop Tavern, and this guy approached you in Black Trunk, and you couldn't remember who he was or what he looked like, but this is that guy. And he told you of the ley lines, and you couldn't remember where they were. But now all of a sudden, based on the information you've gotten elsewhere, you remember the exact conversation where he told you the ley lines were at the Lake of the Dead, and that is how the necromancer is able to channel enough energy to raise thousands of corpses constantly out of that lake. And you do remember him telling Black Trunk that the elder trees were in the ancient forest. And you just happened to come across the elder trees in the ancient forest.
Now I remember, it's the smell. We were at the Last Stop Inn. Isn't that what they call it?
The Last Stop Inn? I mean, yeah. Yeah. You were the one that told us about the ley lines.
Yes.
All the necromancy stuff going on.
Yes. Well, now I'm here for Dragobod. Dragobod. And you kind of see, all of a sudden behind him, you see like these two doors that just out of nowhere in the mountain form. Dragobod.
Is it something that I would recognize, like
No.
the doors opening? Okay.
Nope. So out of the stony mountains, you just see these doors form that can be opened. One of them looks like at the top of the doorway is this like dragon stone head. On the other doorway is this orcish face. And they're both orc head. And they're at the top of these doorways. Dragobod, I am here to present you with two trials. You can choose one or the other, but not both.
You fiend.
He is not a fiend.
Oh my god. Why are celestials talking to me?
Surprise.
He's Greek.
Dragobod, you either must fight with your impulses to pursue dragons, or you must conquer the past of orc history. You must walk through one of these doors, and you can take your friends with you should you think you need their help. But you must walk through one of these doors and face a trial. There is a reward at the end of each trial. So choose wisely.
I want to do the past one, but I'm not. Regobot's not at a point in his life to figure that shit out yet. Gonna Gonna dismount. Doom. What's behind? Can you be more specific with Orcs past?
There will be some sort of trial or test. That is all I can tell you. But you must decide if you want to face dragons or face orcs.
Dragons, please.
Would you like to go by yourself or with your friends?
Like crack my back, take the axe off. I'm just gonna look at everyone. Who wishes to fight dragons?
Dragons, you say? What? You mean fight them? I have never fought a dragon my entire life. I would love to learn it. I will join you.
All right, let's all go die.
All right. Is everyone going with him? You can refuse to go if you want to.
We all go except Black Trunk. He knows better.
Black Trunk is the best character in this game, so yeah.
Well,
Dragobah's been a loyal companion, so I guess I will accompany him.
All right.
The dragon door.
He did kill a baby bear.
I am going to order Doom to stay outside the door for my return.
Okay.
Bye, Daddy.
All right. One by one, the door opens to the dragons as you approach it on its own. Just, and you just see blackness inside, like just pure darkness, magical darkness. As you walk in and through this darkness, you don't hear or see anything but this darkness. You can't smell, hear anything. All of a sudden, each of you, the ground is very flat and smooth, but it is dirt. And you're in this like foggy haze. There's no sunlight or anything. It's just gray skies. And you're standing here and you look around and you don't see your friends. None of you do. As you're doing this, periodically in the distance through the fog, you see a shadow of what looks like a massive ancient dragon. And then all of you hear this loud screech from a dragon, like, "Rah!" And then it lands. Now, each of you see it from a different angle. One of you sees it face on, probably Dragobad. Black Trunk, you see the tail end. One of you sees it from the left, and one of you sees it from the right. Everybody roll for initiative.
Does the dragon say anything I would be able to distinguish?
It did not say anything. It just
I do
war
know
cry.
Draconic.
Yeah,
Okay.
It wasn't anything intelligible. It was like
Okay.
a war cry.
All right, so
I got a 6.
Oh.
Ooh, Black Trunk. Black Trunk, man. Killing me, Black Trunk. Killing me. What
You're
the?
killing me, Smalls.
The
Harold.
nat 20
Harold,
was wasted
why?
on the first one.
Why'd you
For
roll that
Dracobah.
crappy?
Was wasted.
Yikes. All right. Sapphire looks to be second. And Sweaver first. Jeez, oh, Pete, this is your trial. And you're just going to sit there and do nothing?
He's doing a pacifist run for this trial.
No. He's not doing nothing. He's allowing us to support him in his trial.
So he can get the boon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Earn
Red
my
shirts.
boon for me.
Yeah, the red shirts go first.
We'll know.
All
We'll
right.
know how this works, man.
All right,
Red
Betty.
shirt.
Are you on the left or right-hand side of this dragon?
She will be on the left-hand side. That's his weak arm, his
Okay.
weak wing.
Okay. So this
Yeah,
dragon
that's
does
a
not
spin
look like
pants.
your normal dragon. It's not necessarily a shadow, but it's almost like it's like a ghost
Mm-hmm.
of a dragon. So you can't discern a color or anything like that. It's like a ghost of a dragon. That's kind of standing there. What would you like to do?
Well, she is going to try to strike it with the mightiest of all weapons, the +1 spear.
Okay.
Okay.
So Betty Sweever rushes up with her spear. Ah!
Yes,
And
and
you guys see her now, moving into the frame.
that is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And she will try to knock it prone with a trip attack. A
Okay.
strength saving throw of 16.
He's gonna make it anyway. He's gonna choose to make it.
Okay, and he goes ahead and takes 9 and 8 is 17 points of 17 points of damage.
Okay. Is your spear magical?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
+1.
Okay.
And she will strike again with another mighty spear attack.
All right.
That is exact same roll. 23 to hit.
Okay.
And
Hits.
she will try to knock it prone with a trip attack again.
All right. He's gonna automatically succeed again.
Okay, well, still do the extra damage. That is 5 and 7 is 12 plus 8 is 20 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then she will bonus action strike it with the mightiest of all weapons, the spear.
The
That
Sweever spear.
is a 11 plus 9 for a dirty 20 to hit.
Hits.
That is 3 and 8 for 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And then she will action surge and attack him again.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
That is an 18 to hit. 18 plus 9, so 27.
Yep.
And she will attempt to trip him again. DC
Alright.
16. And that is 6, and 6 is 12, and 8 is 20 more points of damage.
Failed. So she goes.
Excellent. Now she has advantage on her next attack.
Okay.
She will attack him again. There's the natural 20 I was waiting for. Praise the Omnisire. Okay. There's that. That's how are we doing nat 20s in this? Just roll twice?
Max damage plus.
Max damage plus. Okay, so that is she's going to let's go ahead and menacing attack. Give me a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of her until the end of her next turn. DC of 16. And that is for that's 6 and 8 is 6 and 8 is Christ, I'm terrible at math. That's 14 plus 8 is 22 plus 4 is
Jeez.
26 plus 5 is 31 points of piercing damage.
My gosh. That's a lot.
And she will end her turn standing over a dragon that she tripped.
Yeah, this dragon's pissed.
I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
That will end her turn.
All right. So you guys just saw freaking Betty up here going.
Yeah, whose trial is this?
Like taking out this massive dragon just with a little lonely spear.
Engage.
Sapphire.
Okay, how far is the dragon from me right now?
How far do you want it to be?
Doesn't matter. As long as yeah, right. As long as it's within 150 feet.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to cast a fireball.
Okay.
Without hitting Betty Sweever.
Okay. That's easy.
So yeah, I'm gonna aim it at a spot that's gonna hit the dragon, but not hit her.
Okay.
And
I have to make a dex save.
Dex of 14.
Made it. 16 on the die.
I think you get a disadvantage when you're on ground, though.
He is prone because I
Yeah.
knocked him prone.
I still made it.
Okay.
Worth a shot.
So either way, you're gonna take half of 33, which is
16?
16.
Yeah.
What kind of
16.
What kind of sorcerer are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a what is it called? Wild Hunt.
Oh, okay.
But I do have the wild
Let's make that roll. Give me a percentage, or is it a percentage roll?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, give me a percentage roll. Let's see if any magic or D20 and then that or something.
D20, and if it's a 1, you roll on the wild magic surge table.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
All right, so nothing cool happens. Okay, keep going.
Nah. Anyway,
How
so
much is
33. So half of 33 is 16.
All right, cool. That's your whole turn.
Yeah, and it's fire damage, by the way.
Okay. All right.
I don't think there's anything else I can do, so I think that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Betty Sweaver, you're getting attacked
Yes.
by a tail attack.
Yes.
Okay, 21 to hit.
Oh, that's going to hit her.
So I need you to give me a strength save or go flying 40 feet back.
Oh, she will be happy to give
Jesus.
you a strength save. Oh, natural 20 plus 8, so 28.
So you make it somehow. I don't know how, but this massive tail just clubbed
She
you.
does not skip leg day, that's how.
No. 22 points of bludgeoning damage from the tail attack. Because you are
She
still
looks like
standing there, she's going to claw attack you.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit you?
It does not.
Okay.
You're to save her life.
Bite attack time. A 21.
That hits.
Ooh, that sounded pretty. 6, 28 points of piercing damage.
It bites her and there's just blood gushing out from her, but she's still standing.
Oh, okay. All right, Dragobod, you see the dragon and Betty are having an epic battle right now. Blood is flying out of Betty, every orifice you can think of on Betty, and all the new orifices that were just created.
And that fireball just got cast.
Yeah, fireball went off too on the dragon's
I
face.
am going to rush the dragon with the great axe, dragging it across whatever the ground is.
Okay.
And as I get within 10 feet, I'm just going to stare the dragon in the eyes and say, "You are mine." Vowed enmity. So I get advantage on it for 1 minute or until I drop to 0 hit points.
Okay.
Ah, I love that spell.
The first one is a dirty 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is higher than that.
Okay.
And I am going to use one of my orcish fury things. So I will make one of these attacks 2d12 instead of 1d12.
Okay.
7, 12, 17. You know what? Because I can, let's go ahead and make this a divine smite.
Okay.
17, 23, 29, 29, 37, 41 points of damage for both strikes total.
So what does this look like in your mind as you deliver the killing blow? Now, remember, this is like a ghost, so it doesn't bleed.
As I like just rush in with like the axe dragging, just like hand out, just like calling upon divine powers to mark this beast as my foe. Kind of just swing the axe and just rake it across the face, and then two-hand it, just bring it down on top of the dragon's head.
Awesome. So this ghostly apparatus of a dragon starts kind of swirling around into this, I don't know, just swirling around. And as it does, it turns into this very thin line that's going up in the air, and all the fog in this area kind of joins in with it. Dragobod, you feel like you lose control of yourself and your body. All of you see Dragobod rise up in the air, and his arms kind of shoot out, and like his mouth opens, and this thing goes right into his mouth until it's all gone. Like he just inhaled all of it like smoke. And then he is dropped to the ground, And then real quickly, everything kind of fades away, and you guys are now back standing in front of Valon, exactly where you were before you decided to walk through the doors. The doors are no longer there.
And I'm splashing a Dragobah with water, saying, "Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!"
Dragobah, did you just take that whole dragon in you?
Wait. Did you beat the dragon on your own?
No, you. Well, it was me and Betty. Well, no, it was me, Betty, it's all three of us.
I wasn't much help.
No, we were all helpful. That was a pretty good scrap. Oh, yeah, I should probably do something about this. And she gives a big stretch and just uses second wind, and you see a bunch of her wounds start closing up on her body.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just gonna look at this celestial because I don't know what he is beyond that.
That is 9.
I think you picked the right door.
Your trial is complete.
Well, I thank you, but this was for you. You will find that you are now gifted in new ways. I must be in my travels, as I am Balon, the elven god of the ancients. But I wish you well, and I know you will succeed in tracking down the seed of life. Farewell. And all of a sudden, he just kind of slowly disappears. And you are left there. Now, Dragobod, you feel like you just ate something kind of spicy. Like it burns a little bit in your throat.
The spicy meatball.
Yeah, like a spicy meatball.
For the first time ever, and maybe the last time, I will turn to Black Trunk. May I bother you for a cup of water?
I never thought you'd ask. Here you go.
He was on top of it. Yes! Here, water. He was ready.
I will partake of the water.
No, Black Trunk, he's never had water before. You have to put it in your mouth first like a bird and then spit it
No! What are you doing? Don't do it. No.
I ain't a dragon soul. That's
well,
just
as long
what
as
I'm putting
everyone's
in my
okay,
notes.
that's what matters. Betty says.
We don't know
everywhere.
that.
Did he say his name was Valon or Balon?
Valon.
Valon, right?
Vaelon.
Okay,
Yep,
I forgot the
I
E.
got that written
was
down.
Close.
The elven god of the ancients.
Yep.
Okay.
I can't believe I actually wrote it down right when you mentioned that name.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a history check to see if if I know anything about him?
Yeah.
You know what? I would also like to do that because that was just insane. Just casually met a god.
Great job, everyone. You all did very well.
So
Yeah, my character doesn't care.
I don't know. Elven
16.
gods. That's a 9. I don't know elven gods. What is happening to me? Oh my god. Don't try to put this in my no.
Oh,
I
you're
don't know.
God.
Have fun.
Oh, you're God.
Let me see. So you had a 16, you said.
Yep.
So Valon. So first of all, he is an older god. He's not considered one of the old gods, but he is an older god. So he's not part of the 7 virtues or sins. He's like a separate thing, and he's been around since before those were. You would know that he does make his presence known to non-elves in order to better the world at times. And their goals are to lead adventurers to their goals that align with his own goals, which usually consist of combating evil forces. Their avatar appears as a draped in ancient robes adorned with countless scrolls and tomes. Their presence radiates wisdom and a deep connection to the cosmos. Valen's eyes seem to hold the knowledge of countless ages, and their voice carries a weight of unparalleled wisdom. And some of that checks out for you guys, I would say, after your meeting with him.
Okay.
I feel very fortunate to have met him.
I'm too busy coughing
And he
up blood.
partook in my water as well.
But he's too busy bleeding right now to really care.
Do you need some
my
healing?
character.
Actually,
My
all
character-
damage you took in there, you do not have back here, by the way.
Oh,
You are completely healed.
So my character is going to say in Elvish, "Blessed thee be the gods that blessed us."
In fact, all of you, it's almost like you just had a long rest, and you can push that long rest button.
Oh,
And we leveled up.
one sec.
I wish.
I tell you what, Harold, since you had that idea, roll a d20. If you get a 18 or higher, you level up.
Wow.
All of you level up if he gets an 18 or higher.
Say it's an 18.
No, it's a 7.
No.
Have
17
inspiration,
or a 7.
I mean, if you want to spend your inspiration, I'll let you try again. I don't know if you have inspiration.
I don't.
I'll give you inspiration. Try one
He
more
looks
time.
inspired. He's
He's
definitely
inspired.
inspired.
He's been doing some good roleplay. He showed amazing restraint to not PvP.
Nah,
Sapphire.
it's a 16 now.
It's not meant to be. Not meant to be.
I
He
have
wouldn't-
inspiration
He
to
wouldn't
give him.
PvP me, and I wouldn't PvP him.
Oh, better than me. I would. Now, don't you just wonder what the other door would have had behind it?
Hentai.
And you'll never know. Because this one I'm just
mean-
going to keep to myself.
It was smut. It was piles of smut behind the other door.
Oh, I love it. Okay, with that, I think that's a great spot to end this session. From where you are at, you can see the desert. There's like a hill that kind of goes down. It mirrors the other way, how you got up here. But now the rest of the way down, you can kind of see off in the desert. And really far out into the desert, you just see these large sand dunes, but you almost see the faint hint of maybe some plant life out there. And that's where we're ending the session. So with that, we'll let everyone say, plug their stuff, and we'll start with you, Harold. Where can people find Harold and Blackthorn's Apothecary?
You can find me on TikTok under Blackthorn's Apothecary. And then also there are 2 rather lovely episodes of. It's still the Power Hour, right? We
Yeah,
made
there's
Power Hour?
3. I had to turn it into 3 because I had
3?
error. Yeah, my computer sucks, so I had to make it 3 episodes.
So yeah, you can find me on this channel. And there's 3 lovely episodes of the Power Hour where I talk about my homebrew world of Tor Elden, which whenever we do another Power, I got more stuff for that now.
Oh, I love it. We're going to have to do it soon. I love it. Awesome. Peter, where can they find you?
Yes, B and Drake YouTube. Check out our OSC sessions and Delta Green. And if you wanted to find out what was behind door number 2, just go to into the AM, and they're all right there.
Just buy some shirts and you'll just
That's
somehow
right. See,
find
free
it.
plug. Look at that. That's number 3.
Or you
But,
could just go to the Master the Game website, click store, and you can buy Master the Game merch. I have so I bought my zip up hoodie from there and I love it. Oh, and look at
Look at
that.
this. Look at that.
Holy cow. Dude, I haven't seen that in 2 years.
Whoa.
That's
Oh, you're
great.
talking about the shirt. Okay.
Oh, I was thinking your
All right, hey.
muscles, but you know. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's great. But no, I bought my zip up hoodie from there and it's perfect for this time of year. Like I've been wearing it all the time, basically like a coat. So it's not like super thick, so you can wear it like inside and stuff and not feel too hot. It's kind of thin, but it's like soft material. It's super nice. So
But
I
it's
recommend.
good for outside.
Yeah, especially in the fall. Like if you're gonna be raking leaves or something, So go check out that zip up Master of the Game hoodie. I highly recommend it. I think you'll like it if you want Master of the Game stuff. So, and there's other stuff there too, like shirts and things like that. The premium shirts, the softer ones, like don't get the premium hoodie. I did it and it peels within one wash. Don't do the premium hoodies. I'm going to get rid of those off there soon. But yeah.
Okay.
But the other stuff, for sure. Check it out.
All right.
Awesome. And you can check him out on BN Drake. Go over to his channel. All the links are in the description. Nate, is there anywhere else that people can find you that you want to be discovered?
Really. Not really, because I don't have anything going on.
Okay. Do you play in games on Peter's channel too?
I do. I do play in Delta Green.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it this last session, but yes, that's where you can find me, essentially.
Awesome. And then Josh playing Betty Sweaver. You can find Josh also on Peter's channel or here.
Yes.
Is there anywhere else that you want to mention? I don't know.
You can sometimes find me behind your house rifling through your dumpster, trying to find things I can sell on eBay. Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So if you hear noise, that could be a raccoon or could be me. Don't bring out a shotgun either way.
No. Trash Panda is the preferred acronym.
Exactly, Trash Man.
I'm
the Trash Man.
And you know what? If you hear that noise, who are you going to call? Probably Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
For the best.
That's about the best you get.
So with that, guys, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Game on.
Bye.